So as you guys know, I recently just came off a cut. It was about 13 weeks in total, 90 days to be specific. And since then, I looked at myself, I thought, you know what, Mac? Yeah, you looked good. You looked really, really lean, and that gave you the illusion that you looked really, really big. With your shirt off and with a vest on only in t-shirts, you look skinny, mate. So I took the liberty to research something called Bearmode, and now I'm taking that approach into my own life and seeing what it's like. And what Bearmode basically is the concept of eating kind of as much food as you like in a heavy caloric surplus. It's not a dirty bulk. You're not just eating absolutely anything. But if you want to have that cheesecake, you want to have that extra bowl of cereal, then you can do. Fulfill them cravings, and not just that, put on hefty size so you look absolutely gargantuan in t-shirts and in clothes in general. So what I did is I did some research, since there's been a lot of talks, a lot of speculation on the Bearmode approach, and from there I've took the liberty to incorporate it into my own life the last week, and it's been the best thing ever. So over the last couple of weeks I've been doing some research on the Bearmode approach and what people's main benefits are from this, and a lot of the individuals have said the same thing, which is the fact that you will inevitably get stronger since you're increasing your weight on the scales. A bigger body is most inevitably a stronger body. For example, powerlifters who are in the higher weight categories tend to be a lot stronger than the individuals in the lighter weight categories. So if progressive overloading and getting stronger on your lifts is the main drive for muscle gains and muscle growth in general, then surely if you become stronger over time, then you will exceed this and make it optimal. However, this is just not the case, because if you force feed a muscle and you don't train, then that muscle will not grow. You will just simply put on weight, you will just simply put on fat instead of lean muscle mass. So the thought of eating as much as possible and not training is just absurd. So if you do force feed more calories than you actually need, you will just put on more fat. There was actually a study that was shown by Garth and colleagues, I'll put this up on the screen, and this was that there was a 12 or 8 to 12 weeks training program that two groups did the exact same. One of the groups ate in a moderate calorie surplus and the other ate 600 calories over the calorie surplus, which meant that they added much more fat. I think it was 3 times the fat mass to the first group, which really does show that it's not probably worth eating that many calories. However, on the second benefit, you will know why. Second benefit is pretty much eating whatever you desire. So waking up and having some Cocoa Pops, or waking up and having some cake, some ice cream at 1 in the morning is part of the plan. The plan is to get stronger, so eating more food will achieve that. Eating kind of whatever you want is, you know, acceptable. So that is a really, really big thing, because it gives you a lot of mental clarity, in a sense that you do not have to worry about aesthetics. You don't have to worry about keeping that six-pack. You don't have to worry about staying lean year-round, because a lot of men, a lot of young teenagers really do feel the need to look lean all the time. I felt like that, especially jumping onto a cut, but now I've came to realise that that is not what everyone wants. And if you want to put on some solid mass, you want to put on some solid tissue, then eating in a calorie surplus, I'm not saying you have to do a heavy one like me, however, eating in a standard calorie surplus is what is required, and not cutting year round. This honestly has worked wonders for me for the last week, because it's took away any social media, body image, any body dysmorphia. I've not felt the need to, you know, be ripped all the time. I've just accepted that I'm gonna gain body fat, get stronger, and focus on the strength instead of the aesthetics. And not just that, any mental pressure, any social pressure has just been diminished. The third and final benefit of the Bearmode approach is actually that you look bigger in t-shirts, which I actually said previously, and not just that, jumpers, hoodies, long sleeve t-shirts, long sleeve, you know, whatever you wear, as long as it's not a vest and going topless. That actually would be if you was leaner, so that is the first con of the Bearmode approach. However, filling your t-shirts and filling your hoodies is such a nice feeling, and I feel like if you want to optimize that and look the biggest, most bulkiest representation of yourself with the traps, you know, the mountain of straps, the 3D effect, and not just that, the thick arms, then doing this Bearmode approach is probably what is best for you. If you wanted to, I would of course say that the Bearmode is not good for that. Instead, what you would want to do is diet down and go into a deficit, because with your shirt off and with a vest on, most individuals will look best, most biggest, if they are leaner. A really good example of this would be natural bodybuilders. You think that they'll look big in their off season with their shirt off, but as soon as they step on stage, as soon as they're diced, they look twice as big as someone who's bulky, because you can see every single crevice, every single muscle group, striations through everywhere, veins, vascularity, absolutely everything. So if you wanted to optimize yourself and look amazing with your top off and with a vest, choose the different approach and go into a calorie deficit. The second and final con of the Bearmode approach is the fact that you actually feel sluggish sometimes in your day, and actually specifically around your workout. So you do want to structure your eating wisely, because if you have something bad, let's say before you train, something high in sugar, something high in refined sugary carbs, should I say, then you will feel sluggish, you will feel like you don't want to train, and you will not be able to conduct your optimal performance into that given session. So what you would want to do is eat smarter and have something like a banana, have micronutrients around your workout, so you're making yourself feel the best, you're feeling energetic, you feel like you actually want to train, because the worst thing about it is feeling sluggish because you've ate, let's say, too much before you work out, you've ate too much the night before and it's carried over. So really keep that in mind if you are doing the Bearmode approach, that feeling sluggish is a huge con, it's a huge thing that is real. And sometimes you will abuse it, you won't think that you are, but you'll just eat more and more and more because you can do so. And having that availability can sometimes be bad because you start to misunderstand moderation. So to wrap up the Bearmode approach, I would definitely say that you need to think about your targets, goals, and specific accomplishments of your own physique before deciding what you should do. Being, if you wanted to cut down, then you would obviously be in a calorie deficit. However, there are different margins for a bulk. You could do a lean bulk, a Bearmode style of play, which I am actually doing as of right now, or even really push the boat out and try a dirty bulk. But once you do that, you will definitely realize that you will be putting on a lot of extra fat that you do not need to. A Bearmode style of bulk would be 20% body fat and under, because once you get to that, you would want to incorporate some sort of mini cuts, which I will definitely be doing in the future, maybe after Christmas. And I do think that if you wanted to let your hair down a bit more and be a little bit more freer instead of a lean bulk and keeping it strict, then I would definitely advocate going for the Bearmode style of play. So to wrap up the video, think about what you want to do. Like I said, do not be pressured into doing something that you do not want to do. If you want to eat freer, you want to eat more, then do it. Do not be socially pressured, because I have definitely been in that boat due to social media. However, all in all, enjoy your time lifting, enjoy your time eating, because that is what this is for. Life is way too short to be worrying about being shredded and aesthetic year round. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new. It's been your boy Mac White Fitness. I hope you enjoyed this informative style of video. See you guys in the next video.